Bourne is firmly in the lead now.
Yeah, Bourne has jumped himself out to about a 1.5 lead over the 13 of James Lorello. And if you're just joining us, we are now finally live on my YouTube channel as well, Bob Giaquinto Racing.
We got there.
We got there. All it took was for me to hit a little button that said start stream.
You know, who would have expected it?
Had to go into my own channel settings there to get it going there too. So meanwhile, though, we got ourselves a little bit, maybe not too much of a battle, but this is your battle for the lucky dog position at the moment. Jonathan Gaston has it. Vinny Valvano right there wants it.
For those of us who don't know what that means.
The lucky dog is, should a yellow flag come out, the first car 1 lap down is going to get their lap back and get themselves back on the lead lap. And they call it the lucky dog award for the race.
Got it.
So right now, Jonathan Gaston is the one who has it. As you can see, that was the gap, just about half a straightaway's worth between him and Vinny. Shane Ewing, not really in danger of going a lap down, but he's definitely going to need the caution to get himself back caught up with the pack after spinning there a few laps ago. While we're doing that, it looked like Philip Scott was passed by Bronson Stafford. We'll take a look at that replay right now. As you saw Stafford there, just take a peek to the inside, and Philip Scott said, all right, go for it, all you. So, meanwhile, our running order has pretty much stayed the same.
Don't say that. Don't say that too fast. It looks like there's a little bit of a fight between 4 and 3.
Yeah, and as you're saying that, looks like Terrian taking a look, trying to put some pressure there on James Lorello. Lorello with a smart move there. Kind of went out and then cut down just a little bit to hamper the momentum that the 38 of Terrian had. Terrian tried to take a peek to the inside once more, couldn't quite get anything going there for him.
Yeah, just peeking over and over, just seeing
Just trying to see if there's a little gap in the armor that he can try to exploit, but nothing too much there. As we saw the 61 just lightly brush the wall coming at it too.
Yeah, it's a speed increase. That's how it worked back in the day.
Yeah, get a little speed boost from running the wall. I like it. Terrian there on the inside can't quite make that one go. He's gonna have
really
to
good at holding them off.
Bit. Yeah, James Lorello is a fantastic driver, a great racer, and gosh, one of the most frustrating guys to pass. Just always puts his truck in the right spot to say, no, you're going to have to work harder to get around me.
Yeah.
And it works.
It does, as you are currently seeing. He just cannot seem to pass him.
Yeah, we're getting a great view here on this onboard the 13 machine right now. Terrian to the inside, couldn't quite get it done.
Can't say he's not trying.
No, that is for certain. As this has been the best battle we're seeing right now on the racetrack. Philip Scott trying to catch Bronson Stafford. He's still got about, well, now he's got about 7/10 between the two. Vinny Valvano, however, heading down pit road. Might be an unscheduled stop for Vinny.
Was Vinny the one that pitted about 45, 50 laps in?
No, he did not.
Yeah. Trying to remember who that was. I was like, that would put him at about 60 something laps. I think that was
Because don't forget, everyone did wind up coming down pit road during that yellow.
right.
But with him being on pit road for that long, he might have gotten a little bit of damage as he's still on pit road. Which I don't want to pull away from this battle, because this battle has been intense between the 13 of Lorello as well as the 38 of Shane Ewing. Or, pardon me, Shane Tarian. Like I said, Lorello, great driver and just difficult to pass.
Yep. Did he get him? Nope.
Not quite. Tarian tried to drive it in deep, got real sideways coming out of the corner.
Really thought he had that one. From the angle we were at, I thought he took it, and then he was able to just shut the door again.
Couple of bow ties battling it out here. Some fantastic cameras here at the track. Not going to say really. Camera work because it's been lacking tonight. I'll tell you that much.
I think it looks pretty good. I think our overlays look fantastic. I think the information, the layout, I think it's been great.
Take a look here at the driver info. James Lorello there. I'm driving the number 13 machine.
Interesting to see. I wonder what they're going to be doing for, because they pitted at around what, lap 70, somewhere thereabout. That was the yellow.
Looks like they last pitted on lap. Yes, some of them last pitted on lap 70. Some of them pitted just before on lap 62. So, certainly going to be interesting to see what that is going to look like. Figure maybe, what, 20 to 25, maybe 30 laps left on fuel.
Yeah, I wonder if anybody's going to try to hold it out so that they only have to pit once more for the race. I wonder who's going to, what the strategies are going to end up being.
Yeah, I think with the way that yellow came out right around lap 70, I think the guys who were able to pit at 70 might be in the best position. Because if they pitted on lap 70, they had some more yellow flag laps, kind of push that maybe on running 70 laps on a tank of fuel. That'll put them at lap 140. And if they can run 70 full laps on fuel under green, pitting on lap 140, they're going to be able to make it all the way. Whereas some of the other guys may not be able to make it that long, and they might have to pit a little earlier and have an extra pit stop and really kind of slow themselves down.
Yeah, really interesting. And that's assuming we don't get another yellow. So plans might change.
That is for sure.
Especially, I guess, the guys that it might be trying to hold out, you're going to see their tires are going to get a little bit more slick. It's going to be a little bit harder to hold on. So it'll definitely be interesting.
As looks like we do have another battle between the 29 of Chris Nenow and the 97 of Mike Floppy Tellier.
Yeah, he's been knocking on the door for several laps now. Looks like he's finally beat the distance a little bit.
Here comes Nenow to take a peek to the inside. Can't quite get much going there. Here comes Nenow once again, right on the quarter panel. Got a little loose, though, on exit. Wasn't able to do too much. The speeds have certainly slowed down just a little bit.
What are they, kind of like 120, 125?
Well, through the corner, they're down to about 90 instead of about 100. Down the front stretch, looking like 130, or 130 rather, down the back stretch. So they're certainly in maybe a little bit of a save mode. But meanwhile, out front, our leader, Tom Bourne, just kind of driving away at the moment.
We have Shane knocking on the door again and still getting shut out.
Take a look there, side by side.
Just can't seem to get that pass.
And with the way these two guys are battling, look who's lurking there in the distance. That's the 61 of Bronson Stafford. That is for position. He's got Philip Scott a little bit on his tail, but here comes the 38 now. Can Tarian make it stick? He drives it in deep, pushes up the racetrack a little bit. Can't quite get that one done. And now my fear, if I'm Tarian, is I'm saying, all right, I've been trying so hard to get around this guy. I'm using up my tires a lot more than I need to. I'm using up fuel a lot more than I need to. When is the time to say, all right, maybe I should back off just a little bit, as I'm racing real hard right now, still with 80 plus laps to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. He's been on this now for what, 25 laps, trying to push up and take position.
At least. And they're still side by side.
Yeah, and Shane is really taking a really low line, so I can't imagine his front tires are happy at all.
No, definitely, especially not that right front.
Yeah. And I wonder what kind of position this puts James in, the number 13, holding him off this whole time. You know, what's that doing for his fuel and his tires? And
why, I think that goes to show, just you saw that little bobble that he had coming out as Robert Tripp heads down pit road. You saw that little bobble he had coming out of turn 2. He's pushing hard as well. And if I'm Lorello, I'm almost worried. All right, I'm gonna kill the back tires, just trying to drive away from him.
Yeah.
As we see him swerving a little bit more down the back stretch.
Yeah, I wonder when his last pit was. I wonder if he was one of those 70s, or was he a little bit earlier? Is his tires starting to wear out a little bit? Trying to just constantly keep it.
Looks like both of them pitted. Tarian pitted on lap 60. Lorello on lap 62. Oh, big loose there for 38.
Oh, so they are on. They are on these tires. These.
Yeah, they're definitely on them, and they are. They're looking pretty tough there.
Is that about 65 laps, 70 laps on these tires?
Yeah, they're about 63 to 64 laps. But also, don't forget, there were a few caution laps in between there on lap 70. So
it is true, but they have been fighting hard for like 30 of them.
Yeah, so I would expect these guys to kind of come in and pit within the next 10 laps for sure.
Oh, we got a yellow.
Oh, trouble out on the racetrack. Let's take a look to see what that one was. Let's see the cause of that one.
It looks like Gaston is pitting, and
here is your replay of the event. That's the 35 machine of Robert Tripp. Drives into the corner and just little too gas happy, and that's going to bring out the yellow.
Interesting that that's the third time tonight where no action, just a little bit out on them, and flag goes yellow. Lucky break for for Shane and James to get their pits in and get a fresh set of tires and not have to worry about fighting. It looks like everybody's pitting.
That is for sure, as we'll go back live. Yeah, everyone heading down pit road. We'll take a look at the stops. Tom Bourne beats him off pit road. There's a 13 of Lorello, 61 of Stafford, and everyone else there. So Tom Bourne in first, out first. Same with Lorello.
I wonder if they're going to get right back to it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they are at this point. As I think I might have gotten the camera figured out here. I apologize for that.
I believe in you.
So we got a really good looking camera view of these cars. Always a fun little toy when you're like, all right, I can do this way.
Yeah, the things you wish you could put on these cars, but they'll yell at you about aerodynamics.
Right.
You're gonna put one on the roof?
Yeah. You're putting that what? Where? So when we go back green, Tom Bourne will be the leader. Looks like the 35 and the 3 both getting the wave around there. Adam Stewart down on pit road. Just coming off pit road, rather.
I see Bronson is kind of warming up his tires a little bit. Is there a too much, too little for the warm-ups?
So in reality, in real life, there's really no such thing. You're just trying to get heat in your cold tires. In iRacing, it does a little bit to get some heat in the tires, but not nearly as important as it is in real life. Oftentimes, people do that just because they're bored and are tired of driving slow. So, but we should be getting the one to go this time by. We are. And Tom Bourne to the inside, Lorello to the outside. And we're going to get ourselves racing very shortly as Bourne is saying hi to the pace car driver. So we'll be getting ready to go back green here, about 70 laps to go. Pace car is off. Bourne on the loud pedal. Green flag back in the air. Tom Bourne's going to jump out to a good car length lead. Here comes Bronson Stafford to the inside of Lorello. Lorello hanging strong. It's the Shane Tarian and James Lorello battle yet again. Here's Stafford getting around him. And surprise, surprise, these two side by side. Yellow flag is out. And we're going to re-rack and do this one all over again. Looks like the number 4 of Adam Stewart had the issue. We'll take a look here as we go green. Just, yep, got a little too much gas on it. And Adam spins around there.
So that was, we were talking about that before this race started, about the power and how much, how much those tires had. And it seems like, in true fashion, that's what, number 5 of just a little too much gas.
Yeah, just a little too much gas. And here we are with that, unfortunately. And, it's very easy to do. As the 35 Robert Tripp is going to get his lap back. So that'll put 10 cars out of the 15 that started this one, or 14 rather, that started this one, on the lead lap. Vinny Valvano, the only retiree of tonight's race. Looks like no taker as well. As I say that, Jason Shu, the lone taker down onto pit road. Let's see if it's just going to be for fuel, damage, what he's got going on. Looks like he's got a pretty clean car. So I don't think he's going to get damaged. Probably just going to load her up with fuel. Maybe take some tires since he stayed out the last time by. Looks like fuel only there for the 3 issue. Should be getting back green shortly. As Robert Tripp heads down pit road after getting the Lucky Dog Award. I believe he stayed out last time as well, so he'll be able to go down and get some fresh tires, get some fuel, get himself ready to race back on the lead lap. And Joe, I really think the biggest winner of these consecutive cautions is this guy, the 32 of Shane Ewing. After spinning, not able to get a yellow brought out for him, able to stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, really helping him out, helping him come back. You know, staying in the race, that's impressive on its own.
Yeah. Not easy to do, especially when you're down that much. You just kind of want to sit there and say, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. I'm just going to park it. It's over. Whatever. But with only a couple of drivers, only 14 drivers in the race, points are going to be a premium for you.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're just joining us, this is the Total Nonstop Racing League here at Richmond. Second to last race of the year. Broadcasting live here on the Tabletop Trio podcast, social medias on both Twitch and YouTube, as well as Bob Giaquinto Racing on YouTube as well. Coming up to 62 laps to go. Pace car is off. Tom Bourne gets on the loud pedal. Green flag back in the air. And he's got himself a great start. Here comes the 13 of James Lorello. He's going to peek to the inside of Bronson Stafford. Lorello has the spot right on the quarter panel. They get sideways, big wiggles. They're still turning. And around goes the 61 of Stafford. Backs it in the wall. And Philip Scott gets into him as well. A couple of drivers head down pit road to avoid. And wow, there was a lot going on there, Joe.
Yeah, that was heavy. That one that one got a little whirly, I guess, for lack of a better term.
We'll take a look here. We'll ride on board now with the number 61 of Bronson Stafford of the Sky Motorsports machine. He got loose, little bit of a tap there with a 13 of Lorello. He backs it right into the wall, and
gets
Philip
a little
Scott
left
just
at.
Nowhere else for him to go. As we'll take another look at this one.
It's never good when you can see the driver's side door from the back of a camera view.
Yeah, that is for sure. Here, as we'll try to get us back going here. Yeah, little wiggle from the two of them.
Yeah, a little wiggle and then a tap just to solidify it, and there's nowhere else to go but sideways.
That is for sure. We'll do one more quick look from the front end of Philip Scott here as I try to get this up and running for us. So they see the contact there. They're still trying to wiggle around. And right here, Philip says, all right, he's going to be going low. And unfortunately, right into the tire of that 61 machine.
Yeah, I wonder how long they're going to be in the pits on that one. I wonder if he took, because it looks like he hit him right in the rear passenger tire.
Yeah, so it looks like both of them are out on pit or back out on the racetrack. Jason Shu getting some more fuel. And yeah, that just looked like one of those racing deals where everyone just kind of got a little loose. Stafford, or pardon me, Lorello, just wrong place, wrong time. Him and Stafford came together, and unfortunately, Stafford was the biggest loser there.
Yeah, it's interesting because they're 140 laps in now, so they kind of get into a flow. Your tires wear at a certain point. You're starting to feel how the car feels. You come out of a yellow with a fresh set of tires. You're used to driving, 40 laps with worn tires, and then you forget you got a little bit more power with these tires, a little bit more grip.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Cold tires, especially in the first couple of laps after you get them on, really don't give you a whole lot of grip, a whole lot of anything. They're fast, but they're not really able to do all that much for you.
Yeah, it takes like what I think when I was racing, I think my favorite laps were like 5 to 9.
yeah. It takes a few laps for you just to get heat in your tires, just to make sure everything is all right. I can drive it in the corner without fear of getting loose or sideways or anything like that. And once you get into these different heat cycles where, they get warmed up, then they have to cool off because you're not going race speed. Then they get warmed up again. It almost hurts the tires a little bit more in that regard.
Yeah, there's so much science behind it. You would think that was not the case, but look at that. We even got a 3D model flag wave.
Yeah, green flag back in the air. Tom Bourne back to the point side by side between, you guessed it, the 38 of Shane Tarian, as well as the 13 of James Lorello. Lorello winning this battle yet again.
Yep.
But that time, Lorello had a bit of a bobble. Here comes the 38 of Tarian to the inside.
Is he finally going to get him?
We'll find out. Tarian has the preferred line down low.
Oh.
It's sideways.
He was able to recover. That was a little...
Now enter the picture the 97 of Mike Tellier. Tellier takes a look to the inside. Can't quite do it there. Tarian's going to start to drive away just a little tiny bit.
It looks like with all this action between 2 and 3, Tom Bourne is able to kind of just eke away a little bit.
Yeah, Tom Bourne just says, all right, guys, you go for it. Oh, it looked like a little bit of a trouble there for the 97 of Mike Tellier. Let's take a look at what happened there real quick. If we can. Saw that out of the corner of my eye. He just got real loose. As he gets sideways, able to... Oh, he just barely gets into the wall, but...
Was able to recover, get right back in for the turn.
Now we're back to live action. He's all the way back in P9.
Oh, we finally looks like we're
again.
Yeah, that was Shane. That was Shane Tarian.
Oh man.
It looks like they finally
after we take the camera off of him.
Yeah, we finally
Then he goes around. Let's take a look at what happened to Tarian there. He'll just drive it in deep. And he lost it out of 2. And oh, Philip Scott able to get it out. Great job there by Scott just to get the truck stopped.
Yeah.
And not run over the 38.
That would have been unfortunate if he hit a second car nowhere near where the accident happened.
Right.
Like 2 yellows in a row, just...
We'll see if we can get one more quick onboard ride here with Tarian. as we'll switch on back over eventually. There we go. Just a little too much gas. You heard the throttle kind of stand up, gasses it up to keep it going straight, and we're back green. Or, well, under yellow, but he's back going straight.
Yeah. Now, how much damage does that do to a set of tires? You know, spinning like that.
Nothing a whole lot. I mean, he didn't really have it locked up or anything like that. He kind of kept the tires going. It's going to put a ton of heat into them, but I really don't see that affecting the tires all that much, to be honest with you.
Got it. Yeah, I'm still, still learning about how the racing works, and I think that kind of is great for the people, like our viewers who are tuning in kind of for the first time to see what racing is like. I'll be asking the questions that you're probably thinking.
Hey, it's all a learning experience, and there's no such thing as gatekeeping with racing. You just you learn along the way, and the only way to learn is to ask questions, and here we are. This is what we're here for.
Yeah, it's been all things considered a pretty fantastic race. We got 6 official cautions. We had 1 a no call, so 7 sideways, 6 cautions, but out of 152 laps, that's not terrible.
Yeah, that's for sure. Really not a bad race going at all tonight. We should be going back racing soon.
I wonder if Shane is going to be able to get those spots back. He's fallen back a little bit. I think he's sitting at 7.
Yeah, he's sitting P7 at the moment.
I wonder if he's going to be able to claw back his position.
Yeah, I think that's going to be interesting, just to kind of see how he's able to make his way up through the field like that. So we're going back green this time. Tom Bourne, James Lorello there up on the front row. Bourne leading the majority of this race. Witnessed a monster battle between the 38 of Shane Tarian and the 13 of James Lorello earlier in the race that went on for, a good 25, 30 laps, just side by side, battling nose to tail, etc., etc.
Yeah. Well, it just ended about 4 laps ago, and I think it started around 80 or 90. So they were at it for a while.
That is for sure. Green flag back out in the air.
Looks like Shane is aggressively trying to get his spots back.
Yeah, there's Shane down on the inside. He's pushing him 3 wide. He's able to get it out of the corner side by side now with Philip Scott. Tarian restarted in 7th, currently running in 6th. He's side by side with Philip Scott for 5th. Good battle here brewing. Let's see if Tarian's able to make his way up through the field. He's down there on the preferred line. Philip Scott gives him the space. He's to the inside of Chris Nenow now. Which, if that's not a tongue twister, I don't know what is.
I wasn't going to be the one to say it. Well, it looks like he's making some moves. Can he hold on to 5? He can.
It's the looks like he's going to jump. Show.
Looks like he's going to jump right down to 4 if he can get there.
They're side by side, the 2 Shanes in the field. Shane Ewing on the outside, Shane Tarian on the inside. Tarian getting the spot. And guess who's back?
Just like that.
We could not script it any better there, folks. Tellier got a little loose there in the background. He keeps it straight. We're going to keep it right here. Good pair of battles going right now between Shane Tarian and James Lorello, as well as Chris Nenow taking a peek to the outside of Shane Ewing, but we're side by side for P2 as Tom Bourne says, all right, see you later.
I think Shane was finally able to overtake. He's got it.
Get a good look at it here from the inside of the 32 machine.
It just took a little bit of a crash and a little bit of a reset, but it looks like Shane has finally taken second.
And look at that, he's shot out of a cannon. Now here he comes, setting his sights on the leader, the 16 of Tom Bourne.
Ooh.
He's left James Lorello in the dust now.
Yeah, and I wonder if he's going to be able... Tom, for most of this race, has really kind of just been up in the front, kind of minding his own business. I wonder... let's see if Shane's going to be able to catch up to him and cause him some trouble.
Yeah, there's Tarian right now. That's the gap for the lead, only 3.5 tenths.
It looks like he really likes the inside, especially on that last turn. Looks like he's making up a lot of the time on that turn, cutting on the inside.
Good battle raging here for the lead. And they've kind of checked out from James Lorello. There's a 1.25 seconds between Shane Tarian and James Lorello right now.
Yep. And looks like we've got a little battle going between Shane Ewing and Chris Nenow. And every now and then, Philip Scott is kind of poking in just to see what's going on.
Yeah, and that's kind of always been Philip's MO, where he's always just kind of there at the right time as Robert Tripp makes his way down pit road.
See, that was what I'm interested in, because we're 164 laps in, there's about 36 to go. You pit now, you're good for the next. You're good for the race. How many people, are going to run those tires out? Ooh, we got a yellow.
Oh, we got trouble somewhere out on the racetrack.
Looks like Adam Stewart is slow to drive. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, let's take a look here on a little bit of a replay.
Looks like he got a little wide.
Yep, just like that. So easy to do. We've seen that a few times.
They just got so much power in those back tires. I know we were talking to the guys before the race, and they were saying I can't even get it into fourth without sliding.
Yeah, before the race, we had jumped into the driver's chat, and I'd asked them, like, hey, how long's the fuel run? What's it looking like? And a lot of the guys were saying, well, I would let you know if I can get around one corner. And this is interesting. The top few guys stay out. A couple of guys heading down pit road here as well.
Interesting. That is going to be... That's going to make for an interesting last 33 laps.
Yeah, half the field stayed out. Half the field pitted. Looks like these guys are going to go in and take their last few fresh tires. As Lorello takes them, everyone else, you can see the cars popping up there on screen. That's them taking tires. They don't animate all the pit crews because that would be a lot of frames. But that is certainly going to be interesting as this race goes on. Who's got fresh tires? Looks like a 20 to 30 some odd lap difference.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting how that's going to play out with the leaders now and the guys that took those new tires. And I don't know if they did a fill up, but
so going through the field real quick, Tom Bourne is our leader.
Is that his first leader of the night at this point?
I believe, yeah, I mean, he's definitely led the most laps. He probably clinched the most laps led. I don't have that stat in front of me. That is one thing that they don't give me right here with our setup. Tom Bourne there in the lead. Shane Terrian in P2. The 97 machine of Mike Floppy Tellier starting here in P3. The driver out of Sarnia, Ontario. Philip Scott in P number 4. Adam Stewart, newcomer to TNR, having himself a great run. At one point, Adam was down 2 laps behind the leader. And now here he is in P5. James Lorello here in P6. Shane Ewing, P7. Chris Nenow there in P8. Jamar Dumas in 9th. Bronson Stafford here in P10. After having a little bit of contact, he hasn't really been able to make his way up towards the front of the pack, but from James Lorello on back, so from 6th place on, everyone has fresh tires. So this is going to be incredibly interesting to see what the fresh tires versus old tires can do as we wind down to 29 laps left when we go green.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting end of the race. It's going to be about 29 laps, give or take.
Some good looking race cars out there. Hopefully they don't get knotted up too much. As the pace car pulls off, get ourselves ready to go here. Green flag in the air. And Tom Bourne has a great start. Shane Terrian, not so much, as Mike Tellier is able to get around him. Tellier is going to move up to P2. And he's looking for more. Tellier gets a little wobbly out of 2. They're able to keep it all together.
And Shane is back at it. He really likes cutting that inside.
As now here's Terrian right down to the inside on that painted yellow line. He's painting the line yellow. As they're side by side, Dumas gets a little squiggly coming out of the corner.
Yeah, nice little. It looks like 2 groups of 4 kind of battling it out at a moment.
Oh, trouble. Adam Stewart goes around. That's at the back of the pack, so he should be able to get it going again with no caution. Let's take a look at that one on the Tabletop Trio replay.
That's unfortunate. We were just talking about him. I guess is that the commentator curse? I blame you on that one.
Yeah, yeah, that was definitely on me. As wow, this one started right on the backstretch. As Adam there goes wide. He'll get sideways, catches trip, and then hard in the outside wall. And as we say that, yellow flag comes out. And I believe it's involving this man, James Lorello. Let's take a look to see what that one was. Trying to see. Oh, looks like he had a bit of a contact with the man of the hour. Ewing pushes up wide. Lorello takes a peek to the inside. Looked like Floppy got a little loose. And unfortunately for James, hardened the wall. And when you see that black and gray smoke coming out of the hood, you know your night's probably done.
Yeah. That's
so unfortunate setting for Lorello after having an amazing race up to this point.
That is definitely unfortunate for him. And yeah, I believe he is out.
Yeah, Lorello has left the session. Here's Jonathan Gaston heading down pit road. He might be looking to take his last set of tires. And I mean, right now, the last time Tom Bourne was on pit road was back on lap 127.
Wow.
These guys all pitting now lap 174, 175. Mike Tellier back on lap 50, so he's got 25 lap fresher tires than Bourne.
Crazy that he was still holding the front with such a tire difference than the rest of the pack.
Get this, Shane Ewing here in P3, both him, Chris Nenow, Bronson Stafford, Jamar Dumas, and Jason Shu all last pitted on lap 166. So that's a 41 lap difference, or a 39 lap difference rather, between them and the leader, Tom Bourne. That being said, should there be a yellow and Bourne needs to pit, he'll have himself a fantastic advantage because he's got that extra set of tires saved in the pits unless he made a mistake and took them when he didn't mean to. So a lot of differing strategies here for the race tonight, and this is getting interesting here. With 24 to go, they'll probably go back green with, say, 22 to go.
It's interesting. It looks like Adam Stewart is pitted.
Yeah, Stewart back down on pit road, probably to get a little bit more of that damage fixed. He had gotten loose there before the yellow, caught the wall, and definitely the biggest winner of that. As everyone on the lead lap there, Robert Tripp, the only one multiple laps down. He's 3 laps down at the moment. If you're just joining us, welcome. It's Total Nonstop Racing League action here at Richmond Raceway. Second to last race here on the season.
Been a fantastic race.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. And look at this, Joe. Tom Bourne chooses the outside row as we go back to green.
Interesting.
He gets a great launch, though. As the green flag is back out in the air, he's got about a 2-car length lead as he heads off down into turn number 2. Here's Mike Tellier. Tellier to the inside of Chris Nenow. They're side by side as Stafford chose the outside, knowing, all right, they have 40 some odd lap fresher tires than me. I got to give myself every advantage that I can. As everyone's side by side, Shane Tarian gets a little tight up off the wall. He's going to drop back a little bit. We're having ourselves a race.
No, we got a 3 wide at the moment sitting in the back over there.
Look at this battle. Shane Tarian to the inside. He's a man on a mission.
The whole race. He has loved that inside line.
I mean, we don't give Driver of the Day awards, but if we did, he has definitely brought the excitement of this one all over the track. Involved in a couple of incidents, able to keep the nose clean, keep the car back out on the track. He's had one hell of a race, that's for sure.
Yeah. Looks like Tom's getting a little bit of discomfort. He's been, for the most part, untouched, but doesn't seem to be the case now.
Yes, here's the 29 machine of Chris Nenow trying to put a little bit of pressure on Tom Bourne. That is such a great move right there. Just kind of slow in, fast out, arc the corner, got a massive run, couldn't quite get to the inside of that 16 machine. But if I'm Chris Nenow, I'm sitting there and I'm saying, man, this is my opportunity. Just got to take it nice and easy. Only a couple laps left.
Is Nenow running on new tires?
Yep, he's got the freshest tires.
Yeah.
Or second freshest. Shane Tarian behind him pitted 10 laps after him. But watch this line that Nino takes going into turn 1 versus the way Bourne takes it. Bourne immediately goes to the bottom. Nino stays up high and then cuts down low. This time he couldn't because Bourne was right there. But that gives him a great run out of the corners. Oh, a little scrape of the wall. But we're having a great race here with 15 to go here this time by.
This is going to be an interesting finish. I see. We're gonna have. It's gonna be, if Shane can catch up, he's inching closer. We're gonna be. Oh, here we go. It's gonna be a very interesting finish.
Yeah, that's for sure.
A lot of two wides in the back.
Yeah, things have calmed down up front, but we got a good battle brewing here between Shane Ewing and Mike Tellier. And as we say that, of course, they go single file.
Always got to prove you wrong. They can't hear it, but they could feel it.
Yeah, it's the anti-broadcaster's curse this time around.
Well, here comes Shane. Can he hold it? Nope. Can't hold on. He's letting him know he's there, though.
There he goes. He's going to take a peek to the inside of Nino. Can't quite get it done this time. And trouble.
And we got a yellow.
Yellow flag is out.
It's like Mike Tellier.
To see what happened.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it is Mike Tellier. Let's take a look.
Mike Tellier and Philip Scott.
A couple of former teammates there between the two of them for Waffle Motorsports.
Love that.
And we'll get a good camera angle for you right here. So Tellier right to the outside, just had nothing else for him to do, and around went Tellier. Definitely just a racing deal. Looked like the 97 got a little loose through the corner, like we saw a lot of these drivers do.
Mm-hmm. Now I wonder if Bourne is gonna pit or if he's gonna stay with his tires.
Nope, he stays out. Looks like a lot of guys from about 7th place on back are gonna head down pit road, though.
Interesting. He's going to ride out his tires.
Yeah, that should be interesting. I think Philip Scott here going to get a little bit of that damage fixed. Dumas just taking fuel. Oh, no, he's... Wow, look at that. They saved a set of tires for that. So watch out for these guys in the back of the pack now. Philip Scott, Jamar Dumas, Mike Tellier. Those three all getting fresh tires now with less than 10 to go.
Oh, this is definitely going to be a crazy finish.
Meanwhile, up front, Tom Bourne on laps old enough to drink. Last minute on lap 127.
Oof. So he's going to try to finish this race with 73 lap tires.
That is going to be an absolute Herculean feat. If he's
and gas. I didn't even think about the gas.
Yeah, I mean, if you think 127 to 200, that's 73, 74 laps.
Mm-hmm.
Including lap 200 counting as a lap, 74 laps.
Yeah. And they were saying... Go on.
Well, I was going to say there, the amount of yellow flags maybe pushed that window just a little bit more for him. He's been able to check out, so he could have spent a little bit more time saving heading into the corner. We don't have the ability to see the throttle trace or anything like that of the drivers, so not a whole lot that we can tell from that aspect. But I think he may be able to get this one saved, but I think his tires might be the downfall for him. He just needs to get a good restart and just go to the James Lorello school of not letting people pass.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting because like we were saying before the start, they were saying if we're good, we can get 85 laps. He's going to be really pushing that theory.
Yeah, that's for sure. And even then, the if we're good that with 85 laps, that's only after driving off and doing one lap. Once you do the 5-lap average or 10-lap average, even that number is going to drop. So I really think this is going to be an interesting one as these laps wind down.
Mm-hmm. And you could see Shane Therian sitting in the bottom, which is not going to be good for Bourne or Ninow.
No.
As soon as the thing starts, he's gonna send it.
Yeah, he's gonna have to restart like his life depends on it at this point.
Yeah. I'm gonna go green with 6 to go.
Yep, 6 to go here. The pace car pulls off. The control car is Tom Bourne on the inside. Green flag in the air. A great start for Tom Bourne. There's Tarian to the inside of the 29 of Chris Ninow. They're side by side out of turn number 2. Oh, Jason Shu gets loose.
Ooh.
He's able to keep it off the wall. He'll go around, no yellow, as he's able to keep it going and really not in harm's way. Meanwhile, back at the front, Tom Bourne has position. Shane Tarian in P2 with about 50 lap fresher tires.
Which is insane.
Only about 20 laps on these tires. Here comes Tarian, and his goal is just not to overdrive it, let the truck come to him, but he may run out of time. 4 laps to go here at Richmond. Couple of cars scraping the wall, coming out of 2, but no harm, no foul. Here comes Tarian, right on the back bumper of the 16 of Tom Bourne.
Oh, Ninow coming in, vying for position behind Ewing.
Yeah, Shane Ewing to the inside of Ninow, but we got ourselves a battle for the lead right here. That is your gap.
I think Bourne knows he keeps taking the inside, so he's going to try to shut him down, make him go to the outside to get that spot, but...
And he almost had it right there. He's right on the back bumper. The 16's going to park it on the apex, try to upset the flow that Tarian has going for it. 2 to go, coming out of turn number 4. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Here comes Shane Tarian. He's going to take a peek to the outside, slows it back down. He's going to try to get a run down the back straightaway. Can't quite get anything going there. 3 wide for P3 behind him. Right on the back bumper. Here comes Shane Tarian trying to get the move done. He can't do it. Tom Bourne is going to win at Richmond.
Wow.
What a finish. What a battle.
I can't believe he was able to hold off on tires that were almost 80 laps in.
What an incredible fight there at the end. Tom Bourne last pitted on lap 127. And his teammate Mike Tellier saying, hey, good job, and gives him a little nudge. And they're going to do a little teammate celebration as Bourne burns it down on the front stretch. Wow, what a finish.
Amazing.
Just absolutely wild.
What a crazy race.
We're since this race wasn't really a fully planned broadcast, we're not going to do any interviews with the drivers. Typically, this is the part where we'd bring the top 3 in and talk to them about it. But man, what a finish! What a race! Let's go back and take a little replay of those closing laps just to see how in the world that all went down, and just take a look from the back end of the car, because what an absolutely incredible finish and what a great battle between these two.
It really
this camera going here.
Fantastic fantastic race.
So they're getting the white flag here. Tom Bourne goes down to the inside. Tarian tries that arc move where he goes up high, tries to enter low. Gets a great run, only able to get right to the back bumper of the 16. And a little tap right there got Bourne up out of the groove, but was not quite enough.
Yeah, I think Bourne was able to kind of hold the line that Shane was using the whole night to kind of get into position, and he was just able to hold him off from kind of getting into that spot. I mean, great, great racing, great wherewithal to kind of keep an eye on where he has been driving, where that line has been.
Yeah, just a absolutely fantastic show. And let's go through our final results for tonight's race. Tom Bourne gets the win. Margin of victory, 1/10 of a second. Very, very tight finish there. Philip Scott able to come home P3. Shane Terrian there in P4. Chris Nenow with a great finish. He'll finish P5. Bronson Stafford able to come back after having an incident about 3/4 of the way into the race. He'll finish P6. Jamar Dumas in 7th. Jonathan Gaston in 8th. Mike Floppy Tellier 9th. Adam Stewart having himself a great finish. He'll finish in P10. Jason Shue rounds up the cars on the lead lap, finishing in 11th. Robert Tripp, 2 laps down at the end of this one in P12. James Lorello, Vinny Valvano, and Garrett Gleason, but all 3 retired from tonight's contest. So, for one final time, Joe, any closing remarks for us tonight?
Can't wait for the next one.
Definitely going to be a lot of fun. Total Nonstop Racing League will have their championship race next Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. Unfortunately, I won't be there because I will be away out of town and on vacation, but make sure you keep it here to the Tabletop Trio social media channels, as well as my YouTube channel, Bob Giaquinto Racing, to have the update and when the next TNR races will be. I'm hearing it might be in the old Gen 4 Cup cars, so a lot of power, not a lot of grip. Going to be a lot of fun for that one towards the end of the summer. So for one final time, I'm Bob.
I'm Joe.
This has been the Total Nonstop Racing League here at Richmond Raceway. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.